So when you're trying to break through as a professional at entry level or as an entrepreneur, the things that you need to do that usually have more to do with who you are and your attributes than they do with what you can do, with the skill set, right? Just because I like to tell, for example, students that if you are in a class of 100 learners, the only difference you might have between you and the other graduates is you probably have a first class, so you might be able to get noticed. But if you don't have a first class, in which case you have 100 others that also don't have first classes, which means that the difference between you and them now doesn't become academic. It becomes about all of these other attributes that they have or that you have that they don't have. So are you able to demonstrate that you can work hard? Are you able to demonstrate that you're open-minded? Are you able to demonstrate that you have networks? Are you able to demonstrate that you're productive and efficient? That's what makes the difference, because what this does is it then introduces you to networks that pretty much have the same work ethic as you do. So if you are trying to break through as an entrepreneur or as an entry-level professional, personal leadership then becomes important, because it is the thing that gives you an edge on top of the skill set that you bring to the table. So how do we develop personal leadership? First, you have to figure out what you want. Yeah? Because here you're leading yourself. So where are you leading yourself to? So for example, if I want to start, and we're going to see this on the next page. If you want to find a job as a software developer, right? That's very, very clear. As opposed to saying, I want to work in IT, right? So first figure out what you want and say, I want to find a job as a software developer. That's very specific because it shows what you want. Then you say, what is the best way or easiest way for me to become a software developer? Okay, we say, one, you could enroll for a program at an institution like Refactory. Two, you can find out, or first you can find out, how do you become a software developer? What do software developers do? Who trains them? All of that. So you find out the best and easiest way for you to become a software developer. Three, you decide, what do I need to learn, right, about software development? And what do I need to learn is not so much about the subject, but about all of the other things on the industry, right? You have to build your industry knowledge. What do software developers do? What are the emerging trends in software development? Because all of these things give you an edge. If you're going to work in this country, who hires software developers? How much are they paid? And all of that. So it's not the technical knowledge. So when we say, what do I need to learn? Is not pretty much the technical knowledge, it is also about the industry. So it's the same as, for example, if you decide that you want to start a fashion house, or you want to start a business that sells phones, you're not going to learn about, your job is not only to learn about the types of phones, right? You're also thinking about which people buy which types of phones, in which places. Do people still visit shops to look at the phones, or am I better off delivering the phones or doing the service. If I sold phone accessories as part of these add-ons, chargers, headsets, and that stuff, would I be making more money, or should I concentrate on phones? So that's the knowledge you need to pick as well, as on top of just learning the technical. This phone has higher memory and bigger RAM and stuff like that, better than me. Then the next step is to who can help me along. So what this does is it gives you a chance to know who your champions are. So first of all of these things you can find online, but there are people who are already doing them and are willing to share their experience, their knowledge, their skill to help others along. Also, you need to talk about your business or to open doors for you if you're trying to get a job or an internship, or you're trying to get whatever opportunity. So you need to identify your champions from the very start. But because it's important for you to break through, your champions have got to know what attributes you have. And that is why personal development is important, because when they go out to speak on your behalf, to speak on behalf of your business, to speak on behalf of your skills, to find an opportunity for you, the things that they say about you are the attributes of personal development. So that's why this is very, very important. Then you also need to know how to answer the question of how will I know that I have achieved it? And why this is important is because personal development is a journey, right? And once you're on a journey, you don't travel endlessly. You don't move without having stops. So at every point of the journey, you need to be able to say, okay, I am moving from here to Masaka. Or I'm moving from Kampala to, say, Kigali, right? And you say, it takes me 4 hours to reach Harada. So if I have spent 4 hours between Kampala and Masaka, there's a problem in terms of when I will manage to reach Kigali, because I'm 4 hours or 2 hours behind the schedule. So it's very, very important for you to set milestones and know that this is how I will know I am achieving what I have set out to achieve. If I want to go into software development, this is how I will know that I am on course. If I want to build a business selling phones or selling gadgets, this is how I will know that I am on course. Now, people who don't have attributes of personal development or personal leadership usually go about their plans without a plan, right? All they do is say, I want to do this, without ever saying, I want to do this by this time, so I must be in this space, or I must be at this point by December. That's the difference. I don't know if it makes sense. Then the last thing on how you develop personal leadership is, what habits do I need to develop? Now, developing habits also involves dropping some. There are habits that prevent us from achieving the things that we want to achieve. So, for example, you might find that you want to set up to go into software development, but you're the kind that has always thought that these tech things, no, I don't like technology, I don't understand technology, I am fine with just knowing how to make phone calls and WhatsApp and stuff, and that for me is enough. And yet you find that now you need to go into software development, which requires for you to have technical knowledge of that subject. In which case now you need to develop new habits. Or you might want to go into fashion, and design, but you're not the kind that easily mixes up with people. And yet this is, fashion is also about entertainment. So it's about networking, it's about people, it's about being out there. In which case you say, I will go out deliberately to build my abilities and habits, so that I am able to get to know more people, to build my social skills, because this is important. And that journey of building those habits or dumping others is what personal leadership is about. Because for you to develop new habits, you have to lead yourself. You have to identify those habits and be very deliberate about how to develop them. I hope this process makes sense.